Hey everybody, I just want to wish you a happy Spaghetti Day. It's actual National Spaghetti Day, January 4th, and I just wanted to share a couple of spaghetti thoughts with you. Um, well, I'm not going to give you a recipe because most people just know you stick some spaghetti in the water and you cook it until it's done. One little trick that you can do is to test whether or not it's done. I've actually done this, is to throw it against a refrigerator or a wall. Now, of course, you need to wipe it down when you're done. Um, but something about the starch, if it's just the right amount of the starch coming out of it, it'll stick. And if it doesn't stick, it'll slide down. Of course, you want to taste it before you sling it against something. But another thing that just a little hint that I've done with little children is you take the spaghetti and break it into, well, depending on how little your kids are. I had 7 children, so different stages we would do it in fourths. And then we got to doing it in thirds and then eventually in half. Makes it a whole lot easier when they go to eat it. Not so hard to get it on a spoon. Of course, my daddy, when he ate it, he would take a spoon and he would take his fork. He always had to have a spoon and a fork. You've seen this on TV. And turn the fork onto the spoon and then stick a great big huge piece into his mouth. But another thing that you can do with spaghetti is you can, for camping, you can make it in one pot by taking either a can or a jar of spaghetti sauce and putting 2 cans of water after you've poured the sauce in, and then if you get the meat sauce kind, you don't have to worry about meat when you're camping. And then you take your spaghetti noodles. Really is a good idea to break them up for this. And you put them right into it. Hi, sorry, had to take a little break there. But anyhow, you just let it cook until the spaghetti noodles are done. You can do that with lots of things. Like I've actually done that with like cream of mushroom soup and thrown some tuna in, and you put the 2 cans of water and whatever your noodles are that you're doing. And if you need to add a little bit more water because it's, getting too dry to cook the noodles, I'm not really good about following recipes. I just kind of wing it most of the time. And usually the more I wing it, the more my kids like it. So whatever it turns out to be, they'll say, "Hey Mom, you got to make this again." And I'll be like, don't think I can. Actually, I made some enchiritos for a friend of mine who loved them along with the rest of my family, and everybody's like, "You got to make this again." And I'm like, I don't know how I did it. But anyways, so now I'm going back to the spaghetti thing. So there is a book called Men Are Like Waffles and Women Are Like Spaghetti. And if you look down below, I will have a link where you can go to christianbook.com to order it, which I hope to do as well because I haven't actually read the book, but I have heard the couple that wrote the book talk about what's in the book, and it sounds really cool. Of course, I would have read it before, I go give them a plug for it and all, but it is National Spaghetti Day, so, and it came to my mind, and I thought, well, can't hurt to try. So, but it basically, the concept of the book that they came up with is that women think like spaghetti. We're kind of all over the place, and we may want to try to tell our husbands about somebody that we saw at the store, and instead of telling them about who we met at the store, we first got to tell them about how we figured out that we needed something at the store, and how we got to the store, and how we were going up and down which aisles. So now this is my life. I get interrupted 10,000 times. I cannot just sit down and make a video. So if this is parts and pieced together, you can understand why. But I was just saying about this book that if you order anything that you see on christianbook.com, if you got there through Fearless Treasures blog, it helps Fearless Treasures blog to continue and helps me. But anyhow, if you will just look around, see if there's anything you can use. I have other advertisers that also, if you get to them through my blog, it also helps. So, and if not, just read. I love to see the stats and the numbers, kind of like that this blog has a heartbeat, goes up and down and up and down. Of course, it depends on if I write or not, but I'll try to continue to give you information or stories that might entertain you. And one other story about spaghetti. Actually, this is about meatballs. But my husband and I also have, my husband's business is he buys and sells equipment. And we had a buyer from Mexico, the Yucatan, who would come and it's funny because at the time we were way up north and he flew in, got off the plane and had flip-flops on. But anyways, he spoke very broken English, and he was trying to help us learn a little bit of Spanish, and we were trying to help him learn a little bit of English. And he called one day, and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I'm just running behind the meatball." So now, from now on, instead of running behind the 8-ball, we say we're running behind the meatball around here. But the reason was because he learned Spanish by watching cartoons. So I pictured that story about the meatball that rolled off the table, and you know how that goes. Anyhow, so I hope you're not running behind the meatball because this video became so long. And also, you know, hey, when you, one of the reasons I started to do these videos now is because I don't really have time to sit down and read a lot of times. Of course, I can write all day, but I do good if I make it to read my Bible each day, which I'm trying to read through the Bible in this year, 2018. Made it 3 days so far. Anyways, with the encouragement and help of a good friend of mine, several good friends actually that are doing the same. And I encourage you to as well. But when you're watching a video, you can listen to it. I work all day long on a computer, and I have a little box down in the corner, down here like this in the corner, where I'll have motivational videos going, or have the scriptures being read, or all kinds of things like that. But I cannot just sit and watch something. I have to listen to it. So my husband's gotten really smart, and in the evenings when I just can't seem to shut it down, he will pick a movie on Netflix. We usually watch something at night before we're going to bed, and he's gotten in the habit of picking out movies with subtitles, because he knows that it drives me crazy not to know what's going on, and so I've got to read the subtitles, and I can't read the subtitles and do something else at the same time. So just another little hint there. If you need time to unwind in the evening, watch a movie with subtitles. So anyhow, just all my random spaghetti thoughts here, sharing with you. I hope you have a great and a blessed evening or day, whatever the case may be. Bye.